Hello everyone, it's Rubik's Cube Baller, and I'm back from camp. If you have been wondering why I haven't been posting for the past month, it was because I was at camp. I left a comment in my last video, so it has been about a week since camp, and I had a lot of fun. I went to Camp Ramah in Ojai. It was very hot there. I slept in a tent with 9 other campers and 2 counselors. Out of all my years at camp, though, this was probably the worst one. This is the first year I got in the tent with all the losers. Usually I've been in the tent with all the cool kids or the okay kids, and they were fine, and I was friends with them. And other kids in my tent, all the kids in my tent were really irritable and annoying for a lot of the time at camp. Well, most of them. But I still hung out with my friends from the other tents, and I had fun with them. At camp, there were a lot of people that did the Rubik's Cube, so I hung out with them. One of my good friends, well, he became my good friend this year, but one of my friends from last year did the Rubik's Cube, and he had like a Kilominx and a 2x2x3 and all cubes that I haven't really touched or seen before. So that was cool, and I got to play with cubes I've never touched. At camp, they also had a frisbee golf course, and I played a lot of that. I haven't told any of you this, but I like to play frisbee golf in my free time when I can at this park nearby my house. I haven't been doing it lately because I just haven't had the opportunity to, but it's still a fun thing that I like to do. So I played a lot of frisbee golf there too. Every morning I woke up earlier than the wake up time was to practice basketball, because I also like doing that too, and I played a lot of basketball with my friends, and I had a lot of fun. So I also started doing in the boys' living space. There was a big thing that everyone liked to do called the Diablo, or the Chinese yo-yo, which is basically like a plastic thing with a bearing that you spin and manipulate with 2 sticks attached by a string. And so everyone liked to do that, and my friend gave me his old one because he didn't like it anymore, and like the bearing was kind of messed up. So I asked for it, and he gave it to me. So I started doing that, and I got a lot of cool tricks to do. And at camp, the food was not very good, but I survived. I lost a bit of weight because I didn't eat that much, but that's just about me. It doesn't matter. I lived in a tent and there's the older boys, they lived in tents, and then the younger boys and girls, they all lived in bunks, and then the older girls lived in tents. We were like secluded from the camp and far away from everyone else, but that was fine because we were near all the other things, like the sports courts and the Hadar where we ate and a lot of stuff. The only thing that we weren't that close to that was like important was the pool, but that was fine. And there's like a big hill in the middle of camp, which is like the central part where everyone was, and I hung out there a lot too with my friends, and people at camp who didn't do the Rubik's Cube thought were like amazed of what cubes I showed them and how I did them, and it was really fun. There was a fun experience just doing the Rubik's Cube there at camp with everyone who knew how to do it, and it was fun. And we also did activities. We made food and did history and stuff, and that was fun. And the pool was really fun. They had water slides there, so I went on those a bit, and I played pool basketball, and I did flips off the diving board and had fun there. And there's a color wars there where there's 4 colors, and we each competed in a lot of things. In the basketball, I won. I made 2 half-court shots in a row for the shooting competition, which was fun. And I was on the water polo team for my color, and we won. And it was really fun doing color wars. But in past years, it's been better. But in color wars, my team, the blue team, we got 3rd place, which is not that good if there's 4 teams, but it was fine. I didn't care that much. And there's also a thing called Mud Hugs, where the oldest age group, they went on an overnight, a camping trip for 5 nights, and on the last night, and when they came back, they'd get themselves all muddy and run to everyone who was awaiting them, and then they would hug everyone and get everyone all muddy, and then we'd pray that night, and that was the last Friday night, and it was a lot of fun. And also, I played a bit of soccer, and they had ping pong there, so I played ping pong, and I got a lot of new friends, and I also went on a bike ride, which was really fun. And so, remember the Diablo I was talking about that I knew how to do? I had a few tricks that I'm about to show you in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, at camp, my friend gave me a Diablo, which is basically also known as a Chinese yo-yo, where this little thing spins and you manipulate and do tricks with these 2 sticks attached by a string. And he didn't want it anymore, so I asked for it and he said I could have it. And so I'll show you what tricks I can do. So this is when you get it spinning. It looks like that, and now a simple trick to just get speed is you wrap it like that and you make it go back and forth. It's called the wave, and it just gets you a lot of speed. And then a trick that a lot of people like to do is called the whip, which is basically you put them both in one hand like this, you grab the strings, catch it like that, and then you throw it up and whip it like that. And so the first whip is the one that I just showed you, just the normal one like this. It's called the under whip, which is self-explanatory. You just whip it from under, like that. The third whip is called the back whip, where you just whip it like that from the back. Ooh. Where you swing it backwards. So the fourth whip is called the under the leg whip, like this. Woo! The last one of them is 5 main ones, is the behind the back one. And that's it. Okay. And then there are a few other ones.
What? I thought we were done.
So the first one of the other ones is when you put it on your fingers like this, and then you whip it like that. Okay. Another one of the minor ones is basically you grind it on one stick, grind on the other stick. Oops. Let's try that together, and then whip. And the last one is probably the hardest. I need a lot of speed for this. And basically, it's called the bounce whip. So you let it bounce, and then you whip.
Woo!
Like that.
Yay!
Okay, and now, here's some other tricks. There's one trick called gyroscope. As far as I know, there's 3 ways to do it. The first way, you get into whip position, wrap it like that, and then pull, and it spins like that while it's spinning normally. Okay, and then the next trick. Here, let me just turn around. The other way to do gyroscope is you get a lot of speed, and then you wrap it a bunch of times like this. And then you just pull the sticks and it goes much faster. But sometimes when it goes fast it fails like that. But you get the idea. You do this. Here, I'll show you another trick before I do that. So basically it's called the catch cradle, where you get into a trapeze like that. Thread the stick through and throw it up, and it looks like a catch cradle. And there are a few ways you can do that. That's the first way. Other way, you throw it up, catch it from above, and thread the sticks through, and then you get in the catch cradle. And the last one, which is the hardest, is basically you throw it up and you get it in the catch cradle position just by doing the stick before it comes down. So let me just turn around. Like that. And I'll try it again. Oh, fail. Okay, and then here, there's a trick called double catch cradle. It's hard on this one because it has really short strings, but I'll try to do it for you. Basically, you thread it through and you hold it by your fingers, but the strings are really short. Okay, and then, so I'll try it again. Trapeze, throw it up and catch it like that. It's called the suicide. There's an even harder trick, it's called the genocide. I made up like a fake way to do it. Wait, hold the camera up for this one. Basically, you throw it up and catch it with one stick. Audio fail. But I'll try. And then I'll show a clip of what it actually looks like, because there's no way I'm going to do it. Throw it up, catch, and then supposed to catch it like that. Here they go. Okay. So this is around the leg where you step through, and then you go around. Okay. So this is around the leg where you step through, and then here are the grinds. Basically, this is a normal grind like that, where you just put it on the stick. And it's just called like golden sticks or something. And then all the grinds together is like the golden sticks. And then throw it up and do an X grind like that, and then a V grind like that. And then there's one other grind that goes like this. It's the hardest one, where you put your stick, where you put your sticks in like that, and then grind it like that. And so that's one. And those are all the tricks I know. I can try to learn more. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, these solves, my tricks, and I'll start posting regular videos soon. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.